We're here today to honor and celebrate the life of a very fantastic young woman, Samantha Ann May Clark. We will now have a life sketch done by Isaiah O'Connor. From there, we'll have a musical number performed by Monica Ryrie, and we'll take it that far and go from there. Okay?
So, Samantha Ann May Clark was born May 2nd, 2005 in Provo, Utah, and passed away at the age of 17 on January 18th, 2023 in Spring Creek, Nevada. Samantha is survived by a loving family, including her mother, Kimberly Clark, 3 brothers, me, Dylan, Diesel, our grandparents, Carl and Carmen Richards, and her husband, Braden Godfrey. Additionally, there are many other family members and friends who will love and miss Samantha. Samantha had battled cancer since the age of 2, which caused her to miss many days of school, including a majority of kindergarten, all of 1st and all of 5th grade. However, she worked hard to keep up, and when she started the 6th grade, she pulled straight A's and was even elected as class president and was a big part of her student council. When she was in kindergarten, she had a stuffed monkey that I would take to and from her class each day. This helped both Samantha and her class feel like she was still there when she was away doing treatments. Her teacher would even assign her monkey homework to bring Sam home to do, which she always did. Even though Samantha spent her childhood fighting for her life, she still found time to learn and do many other things. She was very active in dance, cheer, FFA, golf, student council, junior and high school rodeo, softball, and more. Samantha had even delayed chemo to participate in queening, which includes horsemanship, public speaking, answering questions regarding general rodeo knowledge, and was crowned the Silver State Stampede Princess. Samantha's friendships were strong bonds that often evolved into something closer to family. She would worry about you and often check on you to make sure you were okay, regardless of whether she was doing good or in the hospital. If she called you her friend, then you knew that you were loved. She loved her brothers with all of her heart and hated being away from them, even for treatment. When she was very sick, they would come to the hospital and she would insist on sitting up and playing games and doing arts and crafts with them. After one particularly difficult surgery, she woke up and realized that me, Dylan, and Diesel were there, and she basically demanded that she be sat up and given art supplies so she could stay up with us. She was always thinking about us, even going as far as to make us cards while she was in the hospital. Samantha was the kind of person that once you met her, you never forgot her. Her laugh, her smile, and occasional snort was contagious. If she started laughing, she would cause everyone to laugh. Her sense of humor and ability to change your mood carried all of us through some very difficult times. Many of you may remember all of the fun parties and celebrations, many of which were spearheaded by Samantha. From the tutu party at Chuck E. Cheese, where everyone, including the men, wore tutus, to to the bouncy house party at Uncle Bruce's house, where the fire truck came to party as well. She always wanted everyone to be a part of the fun. She has created multiple holiday traditions in our family, such as wearing matching PJs on Christmas Eve, everyone down to the dogs. While learning to pole bin and barrel race, Samantha was very determined. Even with the limited use of her left side, she consistently outran her competition and improved her own times. Samantha desired to educate people on the lack of cancer treatment options for children and the long-term side effects. She shared her message by talking about all of the good things and the bad things that happen. She highlighted the weak areas in treatment, including not being able to have access to certain medications that are restricted based on the type of cancer diagnosis. She worked hard at creating her TikTok account where she addressed those issues and the realities of being a terminally ill teenager. She became TikTok famous with over 200,000 followers. She didn't give up even when TikTok banned her account. She got in touch with TikTok and was able to get the ban lifted on her own. I remember being kids at Grandma and Grandpa's house, walking into their living room, seeing her scribbling away at their couch with a black Sharpie. "You're going to be in so much trouble," I said. "No, I'm not," she replied while smirking me and showing me her permanent marker masterpiece that read Isaiah across one of the cushions. My mom walked in to see what the ruckus was. I was almost in so much trouble until my mom realized that both of the A's in my name were written backwards. A sure sign it was my little sister's handwriting. Samantha taught me how to be a big brother. Samantha taught me how to be a big brother, and that family is family no matter what. And that as long as you can lean on each other, you can get through anything. Even though she is no longer with us physically, her story continues to make the world a better place. She had a huge heart and an old soul that positively impacted a lot of different people from all walks of life. That's it. I could go on forever about my little sister.
You If my heart ever feels broken, you have given me the ability to smile. Oh, I believe you fly with the stars. I believe there's angels wherever you are. I believe you're dancing on air. And no one can tell me there's no heaven, 'cause I feel you. Even the pretty flowers have their season, just like memories of you have their reason. And it's because you're there guarding my heart. Your life never ended. It's only the start. I believe you fly with the stars. Oh, I believe there's angels wherever you are. I believe you're dancing on air. And no one can tell me there's no heaven, 'cause I feel you there. I feel you there. Oh, I believe.
We'd like everybody to sorry. I'd like everybody to take a look at the pictures on this. See how beautiful she was. The amazing thing about Sammy, she was beautiful on the outside, but way more beautiful. Her personality, she touched so many hearts. We'll move on now with the speaker for Jamie Arnold. And we're going to go ahead and open up the mic to whoever wants to just come up and either an experience you had with Sammy or just express your love for her. And we're over there.
Oh, that's a lot of people. Okay. Oh, have the whole thing written. We'll see if I actually go with any of it. So my name is Jamie. I was best friends with Sammy. I just wanted to start out by saying that this took me so long to even write anything down. I think that I had such a hard time because the only person I wanted to ask about it was Sammy. I feel like she would have knew what to say to make it perfect. She was there every time I needed to talk about anything. Whether it was something stupid or when I lost a friend, she just always knew what to say. And she just made everything okay, even though so much was not okay. Probably my favorite thing is that Samantha was very dark in her humor, which was one of my favorite qualities about her. She made some of the darkest jokes, but somehow even in the hardest moments, she knew how to make everybody laugh. And I wish I knew what to say to make everyone laugh right now, but I just can't. family quite a few years ago, I in no ways thought that I would be meeting my best friend. I was so blessed to experience things with her, including going to the beach for the first time, where we got so sunburnt and could not sit on our butts for like 2 days without complaining about it. Or the fact that she let me be her maid of honor, which I was so excited but so scared. I literally got home and was like, is she sure? Are you confused? I just wanted to do right by her so bad because she deserved the best in everything. When I started my speech for her wedding, I did not write anything down, which was bad because I looked at her and automatically my mind was just blank, and all I could think of was how lucky I was to have a little sister. Sorry. I know that she'd want me to make more jokes and try to make this light and airy, but I just don't know what to joke about. I have so many things. I mean, we were talking about trying to sing WAP for everybody because she loved that song. I don't know that I'm the best singer for that, but she loves it. And then I was talking about trying to use some quotes from some of our TV shows, and I just wish she was here because she'd know what I was talking about more than anybody. I was just so lucky to have known her and learned from her and to have felt her love because it was such a different kind of love. Whoops. So, I'm going to end this by saying a quote from one of our favorite TV shows, which is Sayonara Sammy, and I was asked to do this by her mom because she loved it. Material girl.
We'll now have another speaker be her grandpa, Carl Richmond. Oh, I forgot to do the open mic. Never mind. I told you I'd blow it up here. So let's go ahead and open it up for the open mic, and anybody that wants to come up and express anything they have to say about Sammy.
I'll start it off, but I've known Sammy since the day she was born. Kim's been my best friend for 18 years. We had some crazy times. Sammy was 6 months old in the car. We tell this story all the time. Samantha says I say it too much, which was also her childhood best friend. She was 6 months, she had a heart monitor. And I looked back, Kim was driving and she wasn't breathing. I yanked her out of the car seat and got her to breathe. And I was like, don't ever scare me like that again. Freaked me out. Ever since then, I just love that little girl like my own. One time we almost got kicked out of the hotel. Her and Savannah decided to run the halls, and we had people peeking out, and me and Kim were like crying in the room, pretending we didn't know them. We got calls from downstairs and people knocking on our doors, and we're like dead silent. Nobody talk, don't get in trouble. Sam always knew how to have fun, always make you laugh. Swimming parties on the horse, trying to stay on it. But really, I love you so much, Kim. You're one of the strongest people, and I will always look up to you. I love you, Sam.
I don't even know where to start. I don't know a lot of you here. I know Carmen and Kimberly and Sammy. I think we met Sammy when she was 7, maybe? Through an organization called Children of the Earth. We have lots of heroes in that organization. You know, I have so many questions for God, like, why do you do this? I know many of you do too. This little girl was a hero. She fought so hard her entire life. I remember the fire truck party, the bounce house, face painting, cupcakes. She loved that fire truck. She just wanted to keep honking the horn and honking the horn. Sammy and I had cancer at the same time. And I don't understand why. God does what he does. But I know he put her on this earth to change lives. She really changed my life. Horrible attitude I had about cancer. I remember going to Primary Children's Hospital and taking my 3 daughters, and they would do puppet shows together. We would take her Taylor Swift stuff or fun little things, fidget spinners. She wanted to meet with Brian, so we made that happen. She wanted to go skiing and snowboarding with her family, so we wanted to make that happen. She deserves so much more than all those things. To her best friend, she's here with you. We're all so blessed to know her, to live by her example. Just remember, when you had a bad day, her days were 10 times worse and her attitude was 10 times better than ours. I don't know what else to say except this little girl touched my heart like no other. I will never forget her. And Sammy will watch over your mom, your best friend. She'll never be alone. And we'll see you again soon. I love you.
I'm Savannah. I'm the one that ran through the hotel hallways with her. I remember we went to visit her when she came out to the hospital one time, and she didn't want me to leave, so she had taken my mom's purse. She ran through the hotel hallways. We ran around, and then we just get in trouble and sat in the room dead silent. And I remember going out to stay with them for about 2 weeks. And I was looking through pictures of that, and I thought that was maybe a year or 2 ago, and that was like 4 years ago now. And I just remember all of our memories. We went and we wrapped a mud volleyball one time, and I just remember we pretty much just thrown each other in mud pits at the end and just throwing mud at each other and just messing around. And we'd gone to lots of parties and swimming pools, and she just was like another sister to me. And love her so much. And Kim was like another mother to me. I love all of you brothers so much too. I just miss her so much, and I know that she just misses us, and we're all going to see her again soon.
Hi, everybody. My name's Megan. I'm Sam's stray cat. I've spent quite a bit of time with Sam's family, and she's the best. This is actually a letter I wrote for her before she passed away, but it was just something I never shared with her, so I'm going to try to get through it. Sam, you're truly the best form of friend. Never ever could you ever be forgotten. I appreciate things differently in life because of you and our time spent together. I love that we share a love for delicious fresh fruit. I'll always laugh at the ocean for almost drowning you naked. Think of hours spent steaming your wedding dress and so many other precious memories that will forever be funny. Thank you for including me in your life and into your family. Thank you for your unconditional love. Thank you for teaching me to love myself so much more than I ever have. You've made such a point for me to know my worth, to stand up for myself, and to surround myself with people who genuinely love me, support me, and want the best for me. Because that's how Sam was. Lessons in life I never thought I'd learn from someone that's 12 years younger than I am. She's always been so straightforward, the way she lives her life, the way she loves, and the morals and values that she held are something that are so admirable. She was an inspiration to me in that way. She was always very protective of herself and of her family, and I loved her for that. Every minute of memory that I ever have with Sam is such a highlight in my life. She brought so much joy into my life. She was so funny. She always smiled through her pain. I can't see because I have tears in my eyes. But we have a really strong soul connection. It's something that is going to be with me forever until we meet again in a cooler place, somewhere that she's not sick. I love you, Sam. Thanks, guys.
I don't know how I got so lucky to have my best friend live next to me when we lived in Burnham. I had no idea. That first day I saw them, we lived next door. I remember, I think it was right after Sammy got done with her third round of treatments. I think she was in remission at the time. And I met Kim, and she has no idea how much she saved. I was so lonely. And I remember, as soon as she told me about Sammy and I met Sammy, and I admired Sammy so much because she was so happy after all that she'd been through, and I'd never been. Cancer had never really touched my life like that. To actually know someone and be so close with someone and get to know her. And I was looking through pictures of Sammy with my boys. And with each one, we had individual pictures of her with each of my boys, and she just mothered them, she nurtured them. I remember when I was pregnant with Seth, I think it was her 4th time she was battling cancer. And I was sad that I couldn't be there as much at the hospital to support Kim and stuff, just because I was pregnant. And I remember Sammy really wanted to meet Seth, but she wasn't well enough yet. And I have, it's one of my favorite pictures. And she finally was able to come over to my house and see Seth, and I think he was like 5 months old or something, and they were both really bald. They just looked at each other and were both smiling. I'm just so grateful to know her, to have known her. I'm grateful for Kim. I'm grateful for all the boys, and Dylan is Riley's one of his best friends since he was 4. I just feel so lucky to be able to have been a part of her life and to have known her. And Kim, I know she's gone, but she would never leave you. She's with you. You're her best friend. And I believe that you're probably, she's gonna make sure that you're okay. Thanks.
It's a lot of people. I'm JC. I'm Ryan's brother, Ryan Clark. I've known Sammy ever since she was born, and as soon as I got the word of her coming down with cancer, I was at work, and it was the most devastating thing I heard that day, and I was just like, the first thing I was there, I was at the hospital, and ever since she's been through her treatments and stuff, she's always had that, the happiness in her, and she never gave up, even when she was in so much pain. She was just in the happiest mood every time. And I just remember knowing that, you know, like if she can go through all that, anybody can at least go through life somewhat happy. But I know she's taught me a lot, and I will just never forget her. So thank you, Kim, and thanks for bringing her into my life and making me an uncle. And I love you guys.
Hello, everyone.
My name is Macy Young, and I'm the older sister of one of Sam's good friends from Vernal. And I just wanted to share a few reasons as to why she changed our lives.
My little sister met Sammy at softball. They both were 8 years old and got to play on the same team, and they became very close friends. And they would have sleepovers together and lots of play dates and do a bunch of crazy things like go mud bogging and just a bunch of silly, crazy stuff that young girls do. And Sammy always had a reason to smile, and always gave my little sister a reason to smile. Yeah. Even through the hard things. When we lost our little brother, Sammy was like an escape for my little sister, Shani. And she always made her happy. Sammy knew how to do that with a lot of people. I'm so thankful that she got to come into our lives. And I'm thankful that she got to be my little sister's best friend. That's all, thank you.
It is a lot of people. I just want to tell you guys a story about a year ago. I was having a sleepover with Dylan, and Sam was there. I remember Dylan fell asleep at 10. Who falls asleep at 10 at a sleepover? I remember me and Sam, since Dylan was asleep, deep sleeper, we were seeing what we could do without waking him up. So I started messing with his fingers. I do stuff like that. We were laughing really hard and she snorted. And then we woke Dylan up and we started convincing him that he had school. It was the middle of winter break and we wanted him and he wasn't even in the bed. That's all I have to say. And I just wanted to share a funny story. I love you, Dylan. I love Sam. And thank you.
best friend of Sammy's. And how Sammy's made a big impact on a lot of people. She's one special girl. I got the pleasure of hosting some sleepovers with Sammy and Maya. Got to know her pretty well. And because I didn't get to see her very often, I like to tease people sometimes. And when I did get the opportunity to see Sammy, I would tease her and call her Sally. And her sense of humor was pretty good. She would just bounce right back and call me Cake. And that was our little joke. And without fail, every time I saw her, that's what she started calling me, was Cake. But what a special girl that we've all had the pleasure of getting to know and spending time with. Lots of times that we'll be able to cherish for her. And, like what's been said, she'll be with us. She'll be with you, Kim. She's not something we can ever lose. Thank you for sharing her with us and helping her to grow and become the young woman she is. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So, thank you, Kim.
I've never really been that close with Sammy, but one thing I knew is when I was a little baby, Sammy was still going through treatment, and she'd do whatever to come over and hold me as a little baby. I remember I was always throwing up on her and Kim when I was a little baby because my mom wanted them to take care of me for a little bit, and I just couldn't imagine what she was going through, knowing that every day the probability of her dying was higher than her staying alive. I don't think I'll ever understand it, and I love her so much. I always knew that she was going to go, but my brain never comprehended that enough, that she's gone. I think all of us are really sad, and I hope that you guys all do pretty well having the loss of her. Thank you.
I want to thank all those that shared a part of their life with Sammy, expressed their love. Everything for Kimberly and her family also. We'll now have a speaker. It'll be Carl Richens, her grandfather. The man was wrapped around her middle finger. All right, we're going to give this a try. I didn't write a very long talk because I didn't know if I was even be able to talk. But I'm so impressed just to see how many different people from all over that she has impacted in her life. I don't know anybody in the time she spent here that impacted more people. I'd like to take a minute to just say how proud I am of Kimberly. And Isaiah, Dylan, and Diesel. It's been a long, hard road, but I'm sure they would do it all over again, just to spend more time. Kim is an awesome mom. She's taught her kids to be independent while still being there for each one of them, anytime they needed her. I can't count how all the nights Kimberly slept in a chair next to Sam in the hospital. She would not leave Sam's side until someone else showed up, and then she would only go to take a quick shower, grab something to eat, and be right back to the watch over Sam. I need to say something about Braden also. He loved Sam, and he stayed by her side right up to the end. It couldn't have been easy. And this shows how much they were in love. I would also like to thank all of the people that have stepped up to help out our family. There's been an amazing support group over the years. I need to talk about Sam and what a special part of my life she is. Sam always knew that I would give her anything. I remember one time I went to visit her in the hospital. She was still on an IV, but they had told her she needed to start taking walks down the hall. When I got there, she asked if I could take her for a walk. Well, we walked out of the room, down the hall, straight to the elevator, down to the main floor, and straight to the gift shop. Little did I know, she'd already been there earlier in the day. She had several things picked out. She knew I could never say no to her, so we went back to the room with an armload of stuff. Sam loved the holidays, especially Christmas. They brought the family together. She always wanted her mom and her brothers to enjoy the holidays.
and worked hard to make everyone around happy, even though she was stuck at home this year for Christmas. She made sure to find someone for everyone shopping online. Every gift had a lot of thought to make everyone know how much she cared. Samantha never let cancer control her life. It was just an inconvenience. She was always planning the next step in life. I have never met anyone who could keep her smile through all she went through and stay so positive. Samantha was worried that she would be forgotten. I know she has been such a big part in all of our lives that she will never be forgotten. It has not been an easy road for Sam or any of us. But we would do it again in a heartbeat to spend more time. Sam was my only granddaughter. And I hope she knew how much I loved her. And that I would always do anything for her. I'm glad that she is no longer suffering. I am selfish. I would rather have her here. I just want everybody to keep her in your hearts. Keep her alive in our hearts, and don't forget Sammy. That was her only real worry that I heard her say about dying. She did not want her brothers or her family to forget her. Thank you.
I just want to add a little bit to that. Sammy had her grandpa, like I said, wrapped around her little finger. If she wanted or needed anything, she knew he'd be there. Even something as small as when she was in the hospital one time, she had a craving for ice cream. He dropped everything he had and ran to Salt Lake and got her ice cream. There wasn't anything in life he wouldn't do for that girl. We'll now prepare to go to the grave, which will be dedicated by Kobe Drainey. The pallbearers will be Isaiah, her brother Isaiah McConnell, her other brother Dylan Clark, another brother Diesel Clark, the love of her life, Braden Godfrey, two of her best friends, Jamie Arnold, Megan Franson, and three of her cousins, DJ Smith, Jackson Smith, and Casey Smith. And we wanted to make sure we invite everybody. There's going to be a luncheon afterwards. The address is on the program here in Lehigh for all of us who would like to come join for the luncheon. Just want to say how grateful I am to have known Sammy. The influence she had on everybody. She was one in a million, if not more. I've never met anybody like her. Always cared more about all those around her than she did herself. She was never really worried that much about herself as she was everybody else. Her family, her mother, her brothers. She had a deep love for everybody around her. And I think we all had a deep love for her. So at this time, we're prepared to go to the cemetery. Would the audience please rise?
Those of you gentlemen that have been asked to be our casket bearers will have you step out along the side of these chairs.